Hello, this is Jailbreak. I'm here to give a quick tour of the Reactor 2D Plus Voxel Planner and Builder, now available. This new construct lies on an XS dynamic core consisting of a voxel stack, an assembly area for 2D voxel plans, a reactor, which you probably have seen many times in videos by Torden and others. Here you place the shaping voxels on the numbered locations in the order in which they are specified, 1 through 8. Since not all voxels needed can be extracted directly from the stack, we have two intermediary stations. The reflection station, pressing R reflects that voxel and gives you a new handle that can be used. There's also the transfer station, which transfers the work voxel from the one that you copied from the stack to a new voxel after you do a shift paste operation, and then copying out that green voxel. You should undo the paste operation to restore the station to its original state. And then there's the actual designer itself. We have the 2D voxel planner and the reactor designer. The voxel planner here has retrieved my plan that I created earlier to create this construct over here, and any changes will be saved whenever I deactivate the board or do a build, and at other locations. The 2D voxel plan consists of a 15 by 15 grid that is broken up into 4 pages. Those pages can be viewed by clicking the Pages button. You can switch to an individual page to edit it by clicking on the appropriate area. The plan for this construct consists of 5 layers. Clicking the layers, we see the design of that plan. The green bar here indicates that this layer was the one that we were last looking at. I can shift to a new layer by just clicking on that location, and it'll bring up the new layer. If I were to click on a layer while holding the Alt key, I will copy the contents of this green layer into the new layer. To change the offsets of these layers, it's a shift drag operation. These margin lines are managed using handles that become visible when you click the margins button. You can then shift, click, and drag to change the position. The position of each one of these handles that you see as they intersect the layer boundary is displayed on that layer. So when I click here, you will see these layers that can be used to guide my construction. Let's look at the build of layer 3. We see instructions that tell us where to go, guided by sticker arrows, and the voxel that we must copy. In this case, the instructions next say I have to reflect this on the Y plane, and then paste it at the arrow on the assembly board. Alt-1 takes me to the next step in the voxel plan. Now here, notice that the plan actually called for the exact same voxel that we just pasted to be placed here, and so it just tells you to do exactly that. Probably going to here, and then Alt-1 takes us to the next station. Note that I can press Alt-2 to go to the previous station. It's a previous step. Alt-1 tells me now to copy yet another voxel and place it here. Oops. Actually, tells me to go to station 2 here, transfer to a new voxel, which then must be reflected in the X and Y directions. And now it's pasted here. Alt-1 takes me to the next step. I follow these arrows. And now I'm given, after reflecting on the Y plane, I'm given a directive to select material 1, which is what was on the design there. Now I use different colors for different layers, so for me, I will simply copy my nanopack this green layer. Okay. And move on to the next step. Previous step. And now we'll move on. Now, in this layer, I know that this is just 2 voxels, and the second voxel is just a copy of the first voxel reflected in the Z direction. So I can just basically construct the entire layer just with that simple operation. And then it would be pasted up at this place, up in this location where the yellow is shown, and the result is it conforms to the layer. So you can see the 3 dimensions created by this voxel plan. The offset is actually forcing it to be away from the voxel board. Okay. So what about the reactor? Okay. Well, I'm going to go to another plan that I've created. This is a simple railing type construct. Here we have a sloped area where each color voxel represents a distinctly different voxel as opposed to a material. Now, in this construct, if I try to build it with the 2D voxel, this planner, the entire construct would be a single voxel thick, and the railings really wouldn't look right. But since this is a single voxel here and it's repeated, I can effectively go into the reactor planner to finish the design by doing a control click. Okay, so now I'm in the reactor planner, and we see here the 3 orthographic views of the construct voxel from the front, left, and top views. So this would be the front, left, and top view. I can click the bottom here to see the way it would look from the back, right, and top. And there's a wire representation with pseudo 3D view. That gives you an idea of what this voxel actually looks like. For this design, I'm going to shrink this voxel's width on the top, then going to the bottom, I'm going to expand the view here and bring it down. So we now have an asymmetric railing. We do this and we see now what we have. Now here we go into build mode and we see that we will have a series of steps that correspond to the 8 handle positions, with the final voxel being pasted in the center. As this is getting to be a long video, I am going to skip actual construction of this, as it isn't really much different than what we saw on the 2D case. So I hope this has been informative and you'll take an opportunity to take a look at these stations. They'll be available at this Objective Drive Yards future sales office location to try out for yourself. Thank you.